I'm back. This is the stuff I brought with me. I started with a Granite Gear Blaze and ended up switching to an Osprey Exos 58 because I could put my bear can in sideways, which I really liked. This is it. So, starting from sleeping bag. It's a Western Mountaineering. It's a good bag. Want to see it? So this is my sleeping bag. Pretty comfy. It's a little warm right now though. The bag my sleeping bag was in is a Sea to Summit stuff sack, dry sack, food bag, whatever you want to call it. Fits a lot of food, roll it down. Fantastic. Camping in a hammock is a little bit of a different option than most people are used to. There it is behind me. This is an underquilt. The underquilt is an integral part of sleeping in a hammock because you lose a lot of heat under your buttocks. This hammock's got a little bit of stretch in it. I broke the bungee cord on the side so it's not tight. It's basically half a sleeping bag underneath of you. How do you hang your quilt? I'm glad you asked. I use whoopee slings. A Dyneema braided line with a little titanium hook on one end that hooks to your hammock. And this strap goes around the tree and hooks to itself. Whoopee sling goes to your hammock and this little hook hooks onto it. Kind of works on like a Chinese finger principle. One line that goes back through itself so you can adjust it for length. What if it's raining? Glad you asked. I have a tarp. This one's made out of Cuban fiber. So there's your tarp. Ta-da. Attached to the trees with a little piece of Dyneema cord. It's got some little hooks on it with bungee cord. Run the line from tree to tree. These little toggles hook on one end, one on the other end, and get under it. When I wasn't in a snuggly cocoon comfort of the hammock, I was in a tent. Tensegrity, one man, still nylon. These are the poles for the tent. There's only one pole, which is kind of a arch at the foot end of the tent. And you use your trekking poles as the main supports of the tent. Under said tent, I would use a Tyvek ground sheet. To sleep on, I had this thing. It's a Sea to Summit sleeping pad. This is it inflated. Fairly light, I think it's 14 ounces, and works great. Keep me dry when it was raining. I had a rain jacket. It works. It's orange. Kept me dry most of the time. When I was cold, I would use a down puffy. So this is a Berghaus Ilam. Great. It's got a hood. Keeps you warm. But sometimes my head would get cold too, even with the hood. So I have a down beanie. This is a BlackRock Gear down beanie. It's fantastic. Also, a pair of fleece gloves. They're light, relatively warm. You can squeeze the water out of them when they get soaking wet, and they will. A merino wool long sleeve shirt. This one right here. For pants, which I didn't often wear, just wore shorts, I had these guys. The legs zip all the way up. If you're lazy, you can just tie them in a knot, tuck them in when you're hot, and walk around looking like you got a diaper on. The real nice feature about it is you can take them off while you still got your shoes on. Stuff them in your pack and keep walking. TP, poop shovel. Enough said. Somebody wants to follow you down the trail on the virtual internet, get a spot. It's great for letting your family and friends know where you're at, and you can update them, and you can use it to call for help. Your headlight and my little camp light is AAA also. So one battery works for all them things. Never used it. Got eventually shoved in the bottom of my pack, so a lighter for lighting things. A comb / brush, handy. 100% deep. Nothing else works as good as it. Keep it away from rubbers and plastics. Little first aid kit. Moleskin, band-aids, needle, a little bit of thread, repair kit for my sleeping pad, some Cuban fiber tape, and some sail repair tape. Pretty much all you're gonna need. Don't bring a snake bite kit. Bring an EpiPen if you're allergic. It's the last place you want to have an anaphylactic reaction. And another good reason to carry a spot device. Let's say I'm getting hungry. Now it's time to prepare something to eat. So this is my cook kit. Cup, bowl, a little 4-inch dollar store pan, a little spatula, the Jetboil. Pretty self-explanatory. Assemble it, turn the gas on, ignite it, boil some water. What I did do is I hijacked the burner from a Jetboil Minimo, which has a much better simmer control, allowing me to use said dollar store pan and my spatula to cook me some other than ramen foods. I do not suggest trying to simmer or cook anything like eggs or steak or anything inside the Jetboil. It's just a mess. Best part about it is it all fits back into its original container. Like that. Mosquitoes are a problem. But not such a big problem if you got a head net. Schmog. It's great. Works pretty well to keep the sun off your neck and your face. Best thing I like about the Schmog is you can wrap it around your puffy and other clothes. It makes a nice comfy pillow. Okay, last piece of gear. 2 sections of a Z-Rust foam pad. Sit on the wet ground, on rocks, lunch breaks. You can use it to change on. Keep this handy. You can step on it and change into your shoes, keeping your feet from getting all dirty. You will probably use this multiple times a day. I did. Anyway, thanks for watching, and leave a comment or questions, and if you're out there hiking, have a good hike. Dual duty. Couple things dual. These Sol. So you gotta poop. I think I just broke my chair.